Welcome back to Numbers on the Board.
Numbers on the board, yes.
NBA free agency is officially here. And today we're going to try to grade every single free agency signing that has happened so far. Of course, you can tell we are three-man weaving it. DMills took some time to go on a little vacay.
You know what? He deserved it.
He definitely deserved it. Him and his fam are in Orlando. So every time DMills go on a trip, I say, if you can get a picture with DMills and send it to me, I will send you $50. Go find him.
That don't mean do nothing bad to him.
Just take a picture. Take a picture. For $50, that sounds like a deal, right?
Yeah. Nearest restaurant. You get him.
Check your local restaurant.
How y'all feeling today?
Feeling good. I'm feeling good.
Feeling all right. Trying to bounce back, man. I did the dummy. I was recovering. I tried to jump back too soon into going crazy on the food side, and I kind of remessed myself up. But I mustered up everything.
That food would mess you up.
To get here. It's partly your fault.
It probably is.
Your
gonna accept it.
Your spades thing, I dabbled in some things. I ain't eat too much, but I dabbled in it and I was able to handle this. So I'm like, I must be back. And then the next day I tried to turn up a little too much, but we good, man.
Yeah.
Free agency here.
When you did hit the group chat last night that said game time decision, I was like, damn, a two-man podcast is something that has never happened.
That's
in
why
our
I had to
show's
make
history.
sure I ain't leave y'all out here.
We would have done it.
Yeah,
It's too big of a moment to miss a free agency pod. But it would have been.
I would have had to change seats. Like,
I don't think it feel weird to have you.
Weird to just
maybe we
have
just split the difference. You in your seat and I go over there.
Okay.
So that. But even then, it's like that one ticked Vine. It was like two guys in a hot tub on opposite sides because they're not gay. Have y'all seen that?
Nah.
It's like we so far apart that it just feels too weird. So maybe we both should have sat in the middle.
Yeah.
Like when Shams was on the show. But yeah, man, free agency is here. We done got some big stuff. Obviously, it's not the biggest groundbreaking free agency so far. We ain't seen some of the bigger names get traded. But like just before we fired up, Abu Saleh went to the Knicks and Myles Turner went to the fucking Bucks. Out of all teams, the Bucks. So it has been some things shifting around. Before we get into all of that, let's just jump right into Drop the Mic.
A new generation of Toyota drivers are here, and they want you to know one thing. You can't stop my drive. Toyota, let's go places.
Today's Drop the Mic presented by Toyota. What would you consider the last peak year of Russell Westbrook?
Peak. It's tough to say because even when he was in this peak, like that Washington year wasn't peak Russell Westbrook.
He was still,
but it was
good,
damn good and it was fun.
I was saying like, you took me to the game where it was Bulls Rockets, and Russ was on that team, and he looked still like prime Russ
for sure.
Well, he just got traded there,
yeah. Russell's one of those players. Obviously, it doesn't happen now because he's towards the latter end of his career. That when I talk about seeing people live, when Russ was in his prime, that shit was must-see TV. Like, if you can get to the arena to feel it. Because, not even just that. We went to the Denver Nuggets game this year, and he was coming off the bench, and you still felt his energy and everything. Granted, we were, like, courtside, so me and Pierre got to see it up close and personal, and he was, calling things out for Christian Brown and all of those stuff. But his last peak year, maybe it was just the last time he made the All-Star game, if we just keeping it that simple, which would have been that Wizards year, right?
I have no idea.
Did he make it that Wizards year?
It's funny. DMills getting all this news late.
Yeah, he just hit the group chat WTF. His last one, was Houston. So right before Washington. He did not make the All-Star game in Washington.
Yeah, because I don't think he averaged enough for him to jump out as an All-Star.
He averaged 22
in Washington?
22, 11 and a half, and 11 and a half.
Okay, yeah. So no, he still might have been it.
I wonder if there was like some injury stuff. Because when you make the All-Star game for 9 straight years and you a former MVP, usually the fan voting might be able to carry you to make an All-Star appearance. Because, again, those numbers are still those numbers. I'm not acting like this Wizards team was anything great. They were a sub-500 team. But some of those performances in that year were actually nuts.
Yeah, he was in his bag, man. He was in his bag. Was that the last time Bradley? No. I was going to say, was that the last time Brad Beal was in the playoffs, but he made the playoffs with the Suns. They got swept by the Timberwolves.
He had a game in here versus.
He was starting at the 2. Wait.
With what?
With Russ.
No, that was Bradley Beal.
Beal
he was right there?
You got a 35-21-14 game from Brody in his Washington year.
Oh, they got traded for each other.
Number 4.
Yeah. I'm actually, that number 4 still don't sit right for me. even now. Maybe when he gets signed to his new team, whoever that may be, he goes back to 0. But that 4 just don't.
It don't really, he needs 0 back.
He definitely needs 0 back. All right, so I want to start from the bottom up. You know, just going through every single signing.
Starting from the bottom now, yeah.
Some of them we might spend 10 seconds on. Because do you have an opinion about the Spencer brother? The Spencer brother re-signing with the Grizzlies? Probably not. But we gonna get to
hopefully, during the course of the show, we might get some more signings that just pop up. Hopefully, it's a Lakers signing.
Well, y'all losing everybody right now.
Yeah.
So I decided not to go to before free agency. We're going to spend the end of the show talking about like the buyouts from DeAndre Ayton or, James Harden's extension, stuff like that. But I really want to talk about the free agency stuff because once 5 o'clock Central Time hit, the Bucks are waiving Damian Lillard.
No way.
Yeah. Stretching the remainder.
Why not stop there? Because that's nuts. We're waiving Damian Lillard and stretching the remainder and $113 million of his contract in order to acquire Myles Turner.
Maybe that's what DMills said WTF to.
No, he ain't got no insight to that.
Nah.
You think DMills texted Dame himself?
Maybe.
Yeah, he would have been 4 minutes early.
But even then, like when Myles Turner did sign, the first thing I said is, how the hell did they have the money to sign him for $100 million? Now we found out how. This is kind of unprecedented because you very rarely see somebody with multiple years left on their deal get stretched.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this is just the play that the Suns need to do with Bradley Beal. But the Bucks are moving.
Wow. I just can't, but you just don't see people get waived for that amount of money, honestly. And they said they're going to stretch it out.
Over the next 5 seasons.
Wow.
This is, wow. Dang, bro.
Unprecedented.
So,
we don't see this. Because it ain't like he's not playing up to expectation. He's on an injury.
He averaged 25 last year.
Achilles.
So I'm also curious to see when he eventually comes back. Like, what's that look like as a team tries to
do
get
you
him?
sign him right now?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it probably makes sense to. It don't make no sense to wait.
But nobody got the money to sign what Damian Lillard want. He probably better hit her in 2026 free agency where everybody got money and being like, I'm back.
Yeah.
But
DMills finna be a new fan of a team.
Yeah. I wish he was here to get his live reaction. Maybe we call him and see what he got to say. But okay, this Damian Lillard thing just broke my brain. We've talked about it multiple times on the show that the grass is not always greener. And here's a prime example of that, right? He put himself in a position to compete more than when he was with Portland, obviously. But this is my initial reaction. I feel bad for Dame. The motherfucker had a blood clot, rushed his way back into playing ball, ended up tearing his Achilles, and they got waived all in a matter of 2 months.
This is one of the things he was mentioning when he said that, it's not just like that when people were telling him, man, go to a new team. He was saying that, that franchise is not going to treat you the same way your original franchise. The one you're homegrown, they're not going to treat you the same. And just like that, if you do get hurt, he literally mentioned about getting hurt, they're not going to take care of you the same way.
This is crazy. I've never seen anything like this. I'm hoping that this was done in a way that everybody's happy. But I do feel bad for Dame. He'll bounce back, though. I'm just very interested to see the pivot from here. We've never seen anything like this because he's hurt, but he's still obviously a guy that you would bet your money on of being able to be productive. So is he about to sit out in free agency for a year? Is he taking a year off? Is the team going to scoop him up? If they do scoop him up, do you have to pay a crazy premium because he's getting stretched for $113 million? I don't know how to even project this because I've never seen.
And I'm
gonna
say again, this is a weird situation. I wouldn't see this and be like, oh, this might be for players like Bradley Beal or other things like that, because it feels like it's got to be not because of Giannis, he's saying to do so, but legitimately, the Bucks feel like they still have a really good chance probably out east, and this might be the only way to reconstruct the roster.
Well, they're off to a hell of a good start. To lose Brook Lopez
and
to go to Myles Turner. You retain Taurean Prince, Gary Trent.
Bobby Portis also.
Kevin Porter Jr. So
because Giannis is 30 right now, and again, I don't think he's slowing down anytime soon. But they're probably thinking we really don't want to take that year off.
This doesn't happen without Giannis's blessing, right?
I would.
You don't call him this morning and say, "Hey, we waived Dame," right? You have to talk and communicate with him. I mean, there were the conversations about him monitoring everything, and that was going into the draft, and then they drafted the guy from overseas. Yeah, right. Yeah, they got to get their guy there. So he's obviously in the room and they're communicating with him because he holds so much power right now in the NBA. So no way this happens without his consent. But it does just feel weird because now we look at the Bucks and obviously the Eastern Conference is open. I don't know if it's that open that this new looking Bucks team is going to be the team that takes it all. But Myles Turner's a really good get.
And that contract goes around 20?
It's about 20 and some change annually for 4 years.
So I wonder how much money
21-ish.
they still, I guess, got if they're stretching that $50 million out.
We're about to find out.
Yeah, we definitely
Yeah.
go. Now, like, at first I thought I didn't know anything about the cap.
They
This
must've-
shit just proves that I really don't know nothing.
That must have been a number one target because wouldn't you have done this yesterday at the start?
What do you mean?
Wouldn't you have done this yesterday at the start of free agency? Wouldn't the Milwaukee Bucks?
I mean, yeah, but I'm trying to figure out what do you mean by the first part? This might have been their first target. What do you mean?
Myles Turner must have been their highest target because if he wasn't, you would have did this yesterday at the start to have more options.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you mean. Okay, yeah. I mean, yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
Maybe he was also kind of waiting to see if the Pacers would even offer him something.
But the Pacers don't like going
Well, whether
into
you
that.
got Myles Turner or not, if you was going to try to make something happen, you had to
Yeah.
drop Dame.
Uh-huh.
It's just odd that you did it in day 2.
Mm-hmm.
Is all I'm saying.
Maybe they were trying to figure out what the market really was for Myles Turner. Because obviously there's not a lot of teams that had money.
Pacers wasn't trying to give him nothing.
Right.
I saw that they was trying. They only went to 3 years 60.
And he got 4 years,
07.
07. This is an unprecedented
Pacers.
world we living in.
Obviously, since Tyrese Halliburton ruptured his Achilles, took a major step back
Yeah.
as far as what they were trying to do financially. In the finals, it was, hey, we're going to go over the luxury tax for the first time. Myles Turner's our longest tenured Pacer. He works well with this group. All signs are going up.
Mm-hmm.
Then the injury happened, and they like, whoa.
Yeah.
We got to think about
and I would
this.
hate that when Tyrese come back too, they kind of like, they just stick in their ways where we're okay with just kind of being how we were. Like, we understand that year, that was one of our chances, but that's not us. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Where did they get that new starting center from? I know this year is like a bridge gap year, obviously, with Halliburton being out. But they not about to run out Tony Bradley or Thomas Bryant, right? They got to do something out there to not go into the luxury tax.
I was about to say, is
What
this
if
They tried to get
Aiden?
Aiden. They finally get him.
because Aiden was supposed to be the Bucks.
The Bucks, yeah. I mean, it's kind of opened things up for the Lakers then, right? Because the Bucks and the Lakers were like the finalists, at least as far as we know, for DeAndre Ayton. And now with them going to get Myles, you might get your boy. We might get that notification through the course of the show. Who knows?
I hope so. Because we need something.
Damian Lillard. Oh, Damian Lillard. I wonder what his camp is thinking.
Me too.
Like, do you just take like a little bit of money this year, even if you believe that you're not going to play, but just take a 1-year deal,
I
Be
can
around a
see it.
team.
be around the team,
Yeah.
and then just make some money, and maybe you come back in March or something like that? Or do you just completely sit out the entire season and be like, 2026 is where I'm going to get $44
I can see
million
both
a year?
ways. I would say go for the team aspect, but that was not saying you using the team, but like again, you're around the team. You do really find kind of like a new home with the team, but again, you just have the resources available. But Damian Lillard is a guy that he probably has all them resources available to him regardless.
I'm trying to figure out what's the team hypothetically that can offer him the money, right? Or offer him something right now, and it's kind of tough to figure out. It's
What if we
like
go to Miami.
Miami is always an option.
Take a vet minimum, go to Boston.
What happened?
Take a vet minimum, go to Boston.
They don't got Luke Kornet no more though.
Yeah.
So it's just gonna be
He went
him.
with the villains
Yeah.
over there in
Miami's a
Texas.
good one. Minnesota spent a lot of money. Maybe it's even impossible unless it's like a vet minimum for Damian Lillard.
Go to
like,
the Rockets.
the Rockets is like, damn, we shouldn't have gave Fred that money.
Right.
Ain't no Davis gonna be opening up. Sacramento definitely calling.
Oh, hell
Sacramento
yeah.
calling 100
Sacramento like,
times.
man, we got the bag. Not only do we got the bag for you, man, you can chill this year. We ain't rushing you back at all.
Matter of fact, you're good, man. Go stay in Oakland. We'll be all right.
What if he's like, I do want to just go back to Portland. Do you think they open the doors for him?
I thought it was an actual possibility when we were doing the trades that like Portland somehow takes him back for this injury. Just like, we'll take you back. We'll trade whatever to the Bucks. His Bucks just trying to get back into competition.
It's like Jeremy Grant and DeAndre Ayton to get Dame back,
Yeah,
just to rehab him.
Yeah, we'll rehab you. We'll have you back.
That's kind of it as far as teams goes. Like the Suns can't get into this conversation.
Bro, Miami is drooling at the mouth. Even if it's Dame coming back at 75, they want Damian Lillard on
They
their
definitely
team.
could want Damian Lillard. All right, well, let's go back what I said from the bottom up. One of the biggest numbers that we see is Jaren Jackson Jr. signing back with the Grizzlies, 5 years, $240, a contract that we knew was going to happen. You know, they made the necessary adjustments, but not only that, they brought back Santi Aldama for 3 years, $52.5 million. And it don't end just there, because they also brought back our guy Cam Spencer, 2 years, $4.5 million, all within the span of like an hour.
Yeah, this is the what the Desmond Bane trade was able to open up. The report was once they traded Desmond Bane, the new focus had shifted to retaining Jaren Jackson and Santi Aldama. They accomplished that, and now the next thing is to see how this team maneuvers together and extend Ja Morant. I guess this year is going to determine that. Next year, what is that lineup going to be? What is this? Ja, KCP.
Mm-hmm.
Probably have. I mean,
Jalen Wells.
Yeah, I think you
Yeah.
get
Jaren
Jalen
Jackson,
in there.
Zach Edey.
Yeah.
Yep, that's the lineup.
Then you got Brandon Clark off the bench, Scottie Pippen Jr., G.G. Jackson, Vince
Ty
Williams Jr., Ty Jerome,
Jerome's
Santi
in the same.
Aldama.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're gonna have a
And
team
then
with some
Cedric
depth.
Howard playing some type of minutes somewhere, finding his rotation.
Yeah,
It's a solid enough team.
solid team, man.
Solid team. Moving on to Dorian Finney-Smith, leaving the Lakers, Mike, to sign a 4-year, $53 million deal with the Houston Rockets.
Which is such a sad feeling, too.
Why?
Because Dorian Finney-Smith in his short time with the Lakers was becoming a real fan favorite. He didn't have the same accolades.
Did Rob Pelinka and them know that? Because the report was they was going around telling teams that something was wrong with his knee and hopes to lowball him.
Which is wrong. Which is really wrong, too. Especially with how he had a friendship with Luka and him, and they were just close. So it feels kind of like when we lost AC, man. This is how it feels.
Yeah, you know, him and Luka are just so close. They love each other.
Lakers crazy for that.
What? They are crazy. That's some dirty stuff, man. That's some dirty stuff.
Not only was you playing dirty, you let him find out.
Some people saying, man, Rob living off that damn Luka trade.
Oh, absolutely.
Before that, he was living off the what?
Because he ain't done a damn thing since.
Before that, he was living off the AD trade.
Yeah. Living off that damn bubble ring.
You saying fight Rob Pelinka now?
And he just extended him. They just gave him everything.
The Rockets been doing some stuff this offseason so far.
I think they are probably headed into the year. I like them as a champion.
Yeah, they didn't got an A+ for this offseason.
I thought the Kevin Durant thing was going to be like a nice move to boost them up, but nah, they are moving like a team that's trying to win a championship, and I like it. I think this team is going to be really good. I mean, you go out and you get Dorian Finney-Smith, who now is a guy that's going to probably come off the bench for them. You bring back Steven Adams. You even triple down by going to get Clint Capella.
Clint Capella's 3 years, 21.5.
So you got Sengun, Adams, Capella. You got Jabari, Katie, Tari, Dennis Smith Jr.
Why do I feel like they got 30 roster spots? I feel like they their team got so many people.
They got is nasty too, man.
Yeah.
Just nasty. And they extended Jabari, so still got to keep him.
They feel
like they got unlimited money, unlimited roster spot.
Yeah. Somebody's pissed that they added the rotation now. I don't know who that player is.
Yeah.
Because they did bring back Jayshawn Tate and all of the other guys on minimums. Aaron Holiday is on the minimum. And I'm forgetting one other guy.
One of the most festive brothers in the NBA.
You went crazy. This is a funny tweet. A free agent, Paul Reed, a.k.a. B-Ball Paul. Why did he add his nickname in his Chop Sharani add the nickname B-Ball Paul? 2 years, $11 million to return to the Detroit Pistons. I don't know if there's much to say there. Paul Reed's an okay player when he does get the opportunity.
Let's just see.
Next one, the Lakers replace Dorian Finney-Smith with Jake LaRavia, 2 years, $12 million.
I like it. Jake LaRavia is a fine player.
You didn't look like you liked it. You looked down and shook your head.
Because, I mean, we just went from Doe to Jake LaRavia.
I like Jake LaRavia.
Yeah, he was pretty good the first half of the season before he ended up in Sacramento.
I'm surprised the Kings just let him walk for nothing.
Yeah.
I think they got other problems.
Kings also ain't really prioritized Keon Ellis. I think he got a qualifying offer or like a tendering offer. He's gonna be like a unrestricted next year.
LaRavia was pretty solid first half of the season. Then got to Sacramento where people die, and he was one of those people. And I don't know. You can't replace what Dorian Finney-Smith was doing, especially on that the defensive side of the ball. But Jake LaRavia is fine for that price.
Yeah. Let's see how he is kind of like shooting the ball for us too. Hopefully he provides some more like spacing.
Free agent guard Trey Jones agrees to a 3-year, $24 million deal to return to the Chicago Bulls.
You said he was loving this.
Yeah, I like Trey Jones a lot. I thought that he came in a team that had no organization. He was one of the few people that can organize the offense. He averaged career highs when he got here on almost everything. The three-point shooting is probably fake because he's never been able to shoot. So the fact that he shot 50, what if you know the 50% part is fake? But like the fact that he shot so well is probably not real. But as a backup point guard, what is that? $7 million, $8 million a year? That feels good market value. He got more money than his brother, which I didn't think was really possible. About like $1 million annually. But the Jones brothers both end up signing deals. Shout out to Trey Jones. People speculating that does that mean that the Kobe White trade is inevitable or the Ayo Dosunmu trade might happen? Because we got a lot of guys that are ball handlers first, and only time will tell. Free agent guard D'Angelo Russell has agreed to a 2-year, $13 million deal with the Dallas Mavericks.
This is a really big get for them. I think D'Angelo Russell is a good bridge point guard for them at this point.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be able to hold it down until Kyrie gets back, and then when Kyrie does get back, he's like your 6-7 man. The Dallas Mavericks have a really underrated team.
Yeah.
When they're fully healthy.
They're deep.
Mm-hmm.
If it wasn't for them having Luka 6 months ago, you would look at this team and be like, damn, they real nice.
He don't be defending though. So how they gonna say defense win championships?
I think that
because you got the baseline behind them.
I think he probably went into that meeting and said that he wanted to be Darrick White, and then that was enough for Nico Harrison to say, "Yep, I believe that." He got some money.
He a damn fool to believe so too.
So their lineup is gonna be what? Kyrie, Clay, Cooper, AD, Lively, and then off the bench, they still got PJ Washington, Daniel Gafford, Najee Marshall, Max Christie, D'Angelo Russell.
They got a second starting five.
Once they're healthy, they have a legit 10-man rotation that's really nice. That has a lot of versatility, a lot of defense, a lot of jump shooting, a lot of shot creation. It could be a really nice team if Kyrie Irving comes back and immediately looks good, which I'm not even putting that on this table because that type of injury it usually takes a little bit longer to look like yourself. But like Nico said, 2-year, 3-year window? I truly feel that before they have to bridge away from the AD and Kyrie era to the Cooper Flag era. Maybe he was a genius.
Man, he got saved by that pick, man.
He really did, because the fact that he went into that interview with Cooper Flag and said, "Now I hope everybody's seeing the vision." Yeah. You got the luckiest any man has ever got in the NBA.
That pissed me off genuinely. That pissed a lot of people off.
There's no way that like he can gloat about lottery luck, bro. That's not
that shit was staged at that point.
All right, next one is the biggest trade that has happened so far of the offseason. Oh, no, not the offseason, but since free agency started. The Denver Nuggets are trading Michael Porter Jr. and an unprotected 2032 first-round pick to the Brooklyn Nets for Cam Johnson. And then they backed that up with signing Bruce Brown back to Denver.
Yeah, and that just felt like the inevitable because there was no way Denver goes into, the next season with the same exact roster.
Yeah. I like it, though, man. I like MPJ out there in Brooklyn. It's going to be first time seeing him in like a new little change of scenery. Jaeger Demon got somebody he can kick it out to. And then, to be able to get Cam Johnson, I think he gives them a more consistent feel than MPJ. I think he's going to be a lot better defensively. And I think Bruce Brown, to go scoop Bruce Brown back up, the last time he was of value was with this team. So, man, maybe they have another move or so in the wrap. So shout out to Denver. They pushing up, man.
Yeah, this is a really solid. I think I like it for both, honestly. Mostly because a 2032 first round pick may not mean nothing, but it's far enough out where you can convince yourself that maybe it turns into something for a guy that wasn't a part of your long-term future. Mm-hmm. Denver just got, like I think you said, consistency. More consistent Michael Porter Jr., who's better with the ball in his hands. The only thing, if I'm going to nitpick a little bit, Cam Johnson doesn't stay healthy for an entirety of a season. That's like the only thing you can really point to is like, if you had to guess who's played more games over the last 3 seasons, you'd probably in the top of your mind say Cam Johnson because Michael Porter Jr. has been way more healthy than he has been. So That's the only thing I could point to, but I think that, some of the two-man game that you saw with Michael Porter Jr. and Jokic will still be able to happen with Cam, and Cam is a better creator than Michael Porter Jr. was. Not that you're going to ask him to do that on a, possession-by-possession basis, but, he's not as big as Michael Porter Jr., so he may not have the positional size defensively, but he's a solid enough defensive player to hold it on that side of the floor. And then again, you free up the money so you can do more. I think that's where the value really lies, because if you're talking about tiers of players, they're probably on the same tier, right? Maybe Cam is slightly above on the next tier, but you free up that money to go sign some more stuff. So I like that.
As long as you still got Aaron Gordon too, I think you're fine with the size part. I'm losing a little bit of that. But again, I like the Bruce Brown pickup alongside it, because all last year it really did feel like Denver just did not have the supporting cast to help. Help Jokic. They lost to the damn Wizards. Because they couldn't get
he had a 50 ball in that game, didn't he?
Yes, and they lost the game because he didn't have enough help. So just getting better or just more consistent players on the roster, it just makes Denver scary.
I like some of the rumors around them too, because they've never had a center in the fucking Jokic era to back him up, and it's like,
we got football news.
What's the football news?
Darren Waller is unretiring and getting traded to the Dolphins.
Hey,
unretiring and getting traded? So somebody had his rights.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the rapper?
Yeah.
Oh, hell no. I just realized we haven't been actually grading the things. We've just been talking about it. So let's grade this straight. From the Denver Nuggets, what would y'all give it?
I would give it A.
B+.
I'd probably go A-. From the Brooklyn Nets side of things, what do y'all give it?
A+. Or A.
B+.
I'll go A- on that one too. Next one, Ty Jerome agreed to a 3-year, $28 million deal with the Memphis Grizzlies.
I love
with
me
a
some
player
Ty
option.
Jerome.
Player option in year 3.
Feel a little low. Like, damn.
Yeah.
Cavs, y'all was like, man, nah, we good. But
DMills did ask, like, they couldn't get like $9 million. And I wonder if they overthought what his market was going to be,
So they made
and they had already made the moves. They extended Sam Merrill and then traded for Lonzo Ball, thinking that maybe Ty Jerome was going to get $15 million a year and you won't be able to retain him.
I like it though. This is a similar situation where he's with a good team and he could play as like a backup, and he could do what he does best, which is score the ball and be like an offensive punch off the bench.
Yeah, and he can run minutes with Ja Morant as well. I think that's one of the coolest things about it.
That bench going to look nice, him and Scottie Pippen Jr.
You know what? I kind of like it more than like a team, like a lesser team just overpaying him and just starting him, because that's where the expectations just rise too much. And it's like, if he don't deliver, we're looking at him a different way, and he's just too fine of a player to kind of do that.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I feel like they relied on him a lot when it came to the postseason, mostly because, Darius Garland had his toe injury and so on and so forth. And in Memphis, you're probably not going to have that same expectations unless Ja Morant also has some type of injury, which is possible. So I really like this, because we thought this market was going to be
a lot
higher than this. And you bring him in, and again, you traded Desmond Bane, and that still sucks. But like, you look at that Memphis team, you're like, okay, I understand some of the stuff. Next one, you got Kevin Porter Jr. going back to the Bucks. And matter of fact, let's just do all of the Bucks together with them bringing back, like we mentioned earlier, Taurean Prince, them bringing back Gary Trent Jr. at certain evaluations, and Bobby Portis the day before. Keeping the band back together while also breaking one of the lead singers this morning with Damian Lillard be a goal.
You know what? I'm going to grade this a A- for them. I think, considering the position they were coming into free agency, for this to be the current stop that they're at, I think that they've done a good job, because none of us could have thought of this. None of us was thinking this. There was no reports of this. And, the report was Giannis was looking around and trying to see what they were going to do. And when it comes to having to keep your player, your best franchise player, the heartbeat to everything, a guy that could get a statue outside of your arena right now, you got to do whatever you got to do to not lose him. And I feel like they've done a good job of replacing Brook Lopez. And it was something about last night. I wasn't feeling well. I was laying back, and I'm keeping track of all of the things that's going on. And when Myles Turner didn't get his extension, I was definitely like, that's interesting to me. That's very, very, very interesting, because all of the reports was they're going to be ready once free agency starts. And I was thinking, like, man, where could he go? And I surely was like, oh, I guess he's staying, because when you ask yourself that, it was no team that, like, made sense or matched up. Well, the Pistons. I'll say the Pistons.
And I wonder how much of this, like,
But then they signed Caris LeVert.
a lot of this stuff happening just because the East is like, this is the most the East feels like it's just been open with just injuries up top.
I feel like that with a lot of the other teams. I feel like that could be the case with the Bucks, but I also feel like they had to keep Giannis because I don't think I don't think the Bucks do all this and like, man, the East open.
Mm-hmm.
We brought back Dorian Prince, Gary Trent.
And I'm so glad they feel like they know, because I know we up here understand just like, if Giannis is on the court, you have a chance to win a championship. So I'm putting the best players I can around them. It sucked that Damian Lillard had got injured, and I just didn't see this coming either. But again, I can see why a team is like, you know what? We got to do what we got to do to try to capitalize on this, especially if the East is going to be like this.
Because I think that's all that you needed to do. And that's the same case I'm making for Devin Booker over there in Phoenix, where just build a good team and make sure these teams ain't god-awful, and you can create some hope. It can make some sort of sense for that player to stay. But yeah, if Brook Lopez is going to leave and the only thing you were going to be able to do was put him out there, there was a picture of somebody posted on Twitter like, man, this is what the lineup going to look like next year. And it was Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent, Kyle Kuzma, Giannis, and Portis.
Ugh.
That situation is like, man, get up out of here. And I think it might have been Anton or something. I forget. That he was like, man, Giannis, do what you got to do. We won't judge you.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the reality. But now it's like, okay, Myles Turner, him, Bobby Porter still come off that bench. Gary Trent Jr. Had some flashes. You still got A.J. Green. Now you're going to have to not have a championship expectation.
I wonder if
Kuzma got to also
do something.
He got to do something. He got to have a bounce back year of some sort. He don't have to have a year out of this world, but the shit he was doing in the playoffs, he has to that has to be far away from what he does.
They got to bring his ass off the bench. Bring him off the bench.
I wouldn't be mad if that's going to give him.
Let him be the sixth man.
What did he average with the Bucks?
I wonder if with that Dame thing, just because we don't know what the fuck the salary cap thing is doing,
yeah,
if that opened up even more money to sign, like just one more free agent or something, I'm not even sure.
It had to, because you're talking about 50. You're talking about 50 M's here.
But even in my mind, again, it shows how little I actually know about the CBA. And I told y'all last season that I'm gonna read that whole last pamphlet, and then it was like 436 pages, and like legal jargon. I was like, I can't do this. In my mind, when you stretch somebody, obviously money comes off the books, but not the entirety.
How many
of the
years
contract.
was it stretched out?
5 years.
They're going to have a $22 million.
But how many years did he have left on that deal?
2.
Was it just 2?
Yeah.
You're stretching it, so you don't have to pay him the $100 million in 2 years.
So, oh no, I'm trying to do some math though. If it's 100 and they stretching over the 5 years, is that like 20?
22
annually. So does that mean that the difference between, so they have 27 and they just use that whole 27 on Myles Turner?
So that would be already basically 50 right there then. So it's like a few million left.
Who the fuck knows?
Try and do some quick math.
I feel like there's gotta be, and they don't have any assets, right?
Whoa.
Uh-oh. What's that?
Milwaukee Bucks star Giannis Antetokounmpo is not pleased with the team's decision to waive Damian Lillard. This is Chris Haynes.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
I gotta
Pump
see,
the brakes, ladies and gentlemen.
I gotta see like the video or whatever. Because what if he's not gonna be like, yeah, Dame is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so it might be just playing to the media aspect, or this could be step one of the fucking trade request.
Either or.
But great point, Mike. Great point.
Because who's gonna be like, yes, we finally got rid of Dame.
I'm leaning to Mike. Because there's no way we do all of this and he don't know, and we just sign Myles fucking Turner, and now this team is going to be Kevin Porter Jr., Gary Trent, Dorian Prince, Kyle Kuzma, and Myles Turner. No way we just did that.
Also, I do remember when they traded Drew Holiday, he was upset about them trading Drew Holiday, and they got back.
He said that they could have won with Drew Holiday again.
Yeah. So I wonder, if he's just playing the media. I also want to look at it as like, damn, maybe this is it. I think that's also fun.
The Milwaukee Bucks will carry a dead cap hit of $22.5 million for each of the next 5 seasons.
Sound like good math to me.
You did do that.
Yeah.
I guess we'll just wait throughout the course of the show. Maybe some more shit comes out about the Bucks. We'll move on to the next one. The most surprising free agency move ever. Kevon Looney is going to the Pelicans for 2 years, $16 million.
For a lifer, man.
10 years.
For a lifer.
I'm proud of him.
You remember he was baby Kevin Durant.
Mm-hmm.
And now he going to the fucking Pelicans. He might start over there.
Y'all remember when he had 20 boards?
How the fuck is he gonna start?
That's what Pelicans fans are saying. We got our starting center.
If he play over Eves Missy, that's insane. Or Yves.
Yves?
Just did not see this coming at all. I thought he'll be back on a vet minimum at the something with
Me
the
too.
Golden
This blew
State
my
Warriors.
mind.
10 years, man. 10 fucking years.
You might as well trade Steph at this point. You just letting anybody
Mike
go.
Dunleavy said, man, I ain't draft Chad. Mike Dunleavy said, all you motherfuckers can go.
I was at Trader Joe's when this next news broke. 4 years, $41 million for Luke Kornet. And the guy that was checking me out, he said, let Pierre know. Next time he in here, I can get him the discount if I'm on register.
Oh, wait, what? Oh, I'm going to be there too.
He didn't say you. He said Pierre.
I'm sure he'll give me a
I
discount.
don't know.
How did he look?
White. I don't know how to say this. He was white.
Everything.
I asked him his name, and he was walking. While I was walking away, it started with a J, but I don't remember if it was
Didn't read the name
Julius or
tag.
Julian or Justin.
I
Or,
definitely talked to a dude that was there last time. He said he saw Mike one time in there. I'm like, this one? He like, yeah. I'm like, damn, Mike must have came after the pod or something.
Yeah, I've been there a few times.
Hey,
But
shout out to our people.
this
at
is
Trader
another
Joe's.
move. This is another move that happened in one of my rebuilds where he went to the Spurs. So I had already kind of thought about this. I
Did you
loved
get him
it.
$41 million though?
What did he get? Yes.
I think it's okay. He be signing for minimums.
Not in mine because I got
Okay.
the slider thing adjusted.
Okay.
I don't know if it was 41, but it may have been like 36.
Okay.
But good move, man. Good move. Or no, maybe it was a minimum. Maybe I'm just thinking about
I'm going to
somebody
give it
else.
an A-. Like,
Yeah, I like this. I thought they were going to go Yabusele, but I like and I like this from him and his team. He don't need to go nowhere and try to be no star setter.
no.
Just go to a different team and do the shit you was doing for the Celtics and keep your little value up.
Imagine he could do that shit he did on, what was that, like game 4? Game 5 with
Against the
us?
Knicks.
Yeah, but he was looking like a Hakeem Olajuwon.
Yeah,
You think he goes back to starting to shoot threes?
might as well.
I mean, it's the Spurs. You got to have, if you on the Spurs, you got to be able to hit the corner.
Spurs
three.
have a really good team, man.
Yes, they do.
They have a really good team.
I think that Luke Kornet could play with Wemby at times, play without Wemby at times. The defensive analytics love him, and I don't know if that he's a product of the people around him, or is he really that nice? As
Right.
a rim protector, we know he can hold his own there, but I wonder if maybe that's just overstated just a little bit. But this is a good get. I mean, Luke Kornet played for the Bulls what was that 4 years ago, and never did I think he would make a 4-year, $41 million contract. So he's definitely just become way better as an NBA player.
I like this for the NBA players, man. Your path and trajectory is not defined by anything
By
other
Jim
than what
Boylan.
you want.
Oh.
You go from Robert Horry.
He's going to the Spurs. Maybe this is what he
Hakeem
actualized.
Olajuwon.
He's gonna actualize. Yeah, he's gonna actualize that Robert Horry shit. Now that he with the Spurs. It's possible, man.
Probably not.
Next one we got Caris LeVert agreeing to a 2-year, $29 million deal with the Detroit Pistons. This is on the heels of the Malik Beasley gambling investigation. So they lose him and they use that money to go get Caris LeVert as a replacement. Different style of player though.
Wild situation too.
Yeah.
To be on the verge of having like a $40 million contract and then the allegations pop right up at the perfect time to disrupt that deal. I do agree with you. Different type of player. Because Malik Beasley made 300 threes last year. Caris LeVert is more of a shot creator off the bench, 6-man type guy. They also don't have Tim Hardaway Jr. as of right now, so trying to figure out where that shooting is going to come from and what's their big move going to be. Because they wanted to take a look at Santi Aldama. Obviously, he went back to Memphis. Schroeder looks like he can be gone. I definitely don't want them to be that team that kind of takes a step
I
back.
would give it like a C+.
Yeah.
Like you do what you can to bring in another guy that can shot create and kind of do something with the ball, but Caris LeVert is so up and down, man. One game he could have 20 plus, other game he got 4.
He is one of those type of players. And I do kind of feel like, well, Jay Nivey will be back. Shout out to Jay Nivey. If there's just some overlap there, like I really think that they would need just a straight up shooter, and that's what Malik Beasley provided. And
Duncan Robinson is who they're linked to currently.
Okay, that'll help. That'll help. But Caris is one of those players that, yeah, like you mentioned, some games he is Baby Jordan, or what is his nickname? Is his nickname Baby Jordan?
I don't know.
I think his nickname is Baby Jordan, gang. I
Myles Turner is costing the Bucks essentially $50 million a year. when you take his contract and the waive provision. of
Baby
Dame.
Durant.
So they don't
is his
really got
nickname.
much money after
Who?
Caris LeVert's nickname Baby Durant.
Okay.
So sometimes he looked like a Baby Durant, not really, and then other times it's just like, can he even play? You know. Brook Lopez, 2 years, $18 million with the Los Angeles Clippers.
that. Which I really like.
I really like this.
This is
one
an
too.
A+ for me.
Him backing up Zoo?
Yeah. You have 2 at least centers on your roster, and it's
Defensive centers.
but they also do different things. Zubac is tearing that paint up. When Brook Lopez is coming in, you're able to space everything out, and I think that's just a different look. And again, make the Clippers' offense more potent.
Yeah, I really like it because when Zubac was out on the floor last year, it's like, okay, now we can attack the paint. And now if it's not Zoo, it's Brook Lopez. It's like, what are you supposed to do as a team that's trying to get to the basket if these are your 2 rim protectors? It's real tough. And I like when you can add somebody to your team that diversifies your offense but keeps, like, their defense is what won them all them games, but keeps your defensive infrastructure the same. And Brook Lopez being able to stretch the floor helps the offense while the defense should stay the same with him on it.
They had Brook Lopez. They probably would have beat the Nuggets in that series.
Yeah, they probably honestly do.
I'm
And
getting
I like it also, too, for Brook Lopez because he's getting up there in age, and this is just a really good spot where you could still be effective and not have to really, burn out your tires.
Sorry, I'm getting texts from people in
You got to connect the resources. It better not be Centel, KB.
No, there's a few teams where I'm connected to.
Yeah, I like the Brook Lopez sign. It kind of caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting. When I saw Los Angeles, I thought it was the Lakers.
Yeah, I thought he went back.
So Clippers slowly. They're another team that feels like they just got infinity money. They link to everybody.
Money like Kai Jones.
They got
I saw Kai Jones' TikTok edit last night.
Duncan,
and he was dogging. It's like, bro, everybody mixtape looks so nuts. All you need to do is play one NBA season, and you probably got a mixtape that looks really nice.
Mm-hmm.
And it started off with like the clip of, I forget who else was in his draft class, but all of the rookies that were with the Hornets, they were throwing it off the backboard, and Kai Jones finished the dunk, and he said, ah. And then they got to his plan, and he's like dribbling, he's spin move and dunking. I'm like, oh, snap.
What music?
I didn't know the songs.
Was it his song?
Could have been.
It could have been because it didn't even sound like an artist that I knew. So maybe it was his song.
You got to be ashamed of yourself if you got the weakest mixtape in the NBA.
Speaking of
Is that him? He's got the weakest mixtape?
No, I'm just saying, like, there's somebody with the
Speaking
weakest
of edits,
mixtape.
can y'all guard Darrick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he was on Twitter talking about this how I feel about my co-host. Because Kevin Durant was like, none of them can guard me.
Oh, that graphic. I remember that. Yeah.
And
Kevin
I'm
Durant
like,
was on Man in the Game this morning.
he was, yeah.
All
I'm
I
like,
got to say is
Darrick.
DMills let a 50-year-old man who just got out of hip surgery who had 2 inches or 2 feet less than DMills.
Why do DMills do that?
Internet points.
Yeah. Because, every time we ask somebody that don't really know us about, like, who the best hooper, they always look at DMills.
I think it's because he probably should be the best hooper.
He's just big as hell.
He's physical. He's like faster than all of us in his prime.
Hey, I'm sorry.
If he had the motor, he would be the best player by far.
I love DMills. You got me fucked up. In any sports, he gonna be better than me in basketball.
I think if he had the want to,
or not.
I think he got every
If I had a motor, I'd be on the Pistons right now, backing up Cade. If you had a motor, you'd be. Who knows what you'd be doing?
I definitely be playing basketball.
I mean, people live streams. You got a motor. That's a big if.
Sure.
We're talking about just a small thing. Fuck motor. Mike said it the last episode. We had a situation where Darrick was complaining.
Well, Darrick's not here to defend himself.
Don't give a fuck. We wasn't there on Twitter when he was talking all that shit. I was sick as a bird. I couldn't even reply. But then I woke up and saw the mentions. We had a time where Darrick had whatever issues, and Mike said, you know what? We'll run the offense through you. And that still wasn't enough. And you know another thing, too? I'm mad D-Mills did that. I don't know if y'all know this, because y'all went and sat down. But speaking of highlights, every time something with basketball come up, they show the same thing we did in the United Center.
Yeah.
Those 3 shots Darrick hit. And
He was looking raw, bro.
Yeah, they
He was
added it
looking
and made
raw.
it look real good.
Yeah.
And I feel like every time basketball come up with us, they show that. I asked Darrick that day to play one-on-one.
I ain't hear that part.
Did you ever see the footage of that? It don't exist because he told me fucking no. So those are my issues with Darrick. He'll do that and he'll say, man, you can't guard me, all that. But then you try to play and Darrick don't want to play. I went to trying to go to the gym and run with Darrick. He's like, yeah, I just like to go and shoot around. I don't really want to play. Yeah, I'll shoot some jumpers at LA Fitness. Yeah, I don't really want to play.
What they be seeing Darrick up here, they'll be seeing the real Darrick though.
Yes, they do. Darrick went on that screen in that video and said, I'm going to be Mike 11-3 or 11-4 and got the shit reversed on him. Darrick is all talk. Because I wish Darrick felt like nobody could guard him because we'd be hooping a lot more. But shout out
would
to
never
Darrick.
leave the court.
I hope you have joy in
gone.
Orlando, DMills, but boy, we on your ass when you get back because your ass be doing all that talking but don't even want to hoop.
We need to go hooping anyway.
He not going to want to.
Luka Garza, 5 years.
Surprise.
5 years. 2 years, $5 million.
Yeah, 5 years
to the Boston
crazy.
Celtics. 5 years of security, baby. He ain't got that.
That Scottie Pippen contract.
I was surprised by this. I didn't think Luka Garza would be a day one signing. That's what I'd be intrigued to see. Like, who our team saying? I mean, we need him on.
He not even the most random guy thing.
One. Who was the most random?
We gonna get to it once we get
Okay.
to it. But
Who the most random? Who am I forgetting?
it's one dude that's so random. It's like, why the fuck did I just get a notification about this? They could have just slid him into somebody else signing somewhere.
Oh, my mind really going. I can't wait to hear.
All right, the next one of the biggest signings, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, 4-year, $62 million deal with the Atlanta Hawks.
Yeah.
Guys,
Talk about going for it.
the Atlanta Hawks are going to be really good this year.
They are, and I love it. I love it.
We've tried to convince ourselves of this 3 of the last 4 years. I think this is the year where I feel the most confident.
Mm-hmm.
They have so much versatility on both sides of the floor now. Like, people keep bringing up the stat that Trae Young played off the ball most of his career. It wasn't a ton, but it was still the most of Trae Young's career, which is a good sign. And now they just got a couple more people that can create for themselves, a couple more people that can create for others. And it's like, let's say the game is tied, there's 10 seconds to go, and we need a defensive lineup out there. Their defensive lineup is going to be nasty. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels, Reese Shai, Jalen Johnson, and
Nuggets just got Jonas Valanciunas
Wow.
for Dario
I like
Saric.
that better than the damn Kings.
Do
I'll
they-
tell you that.
do they have a real backup center now?
They do. They do.
Not that Valanciunas is otherworldly, but like that's a guy
You
that
can
can
have
play
backup,
minutes.
he
That's
is.
a player.
And I gotta imagine they get some minutes together, right?
Nah.
You think you only
I don't think so.
Jokic is gonna play like damn near 35, 36 minutes. You think he's only gonna play like 10 minutes a game?
That's what he did
If,
second
hey,
round,
if he
right?
can play a good 10 minutes, that is so much. That is what else did they throw in that trade? It was just 1-for-1.
That's what all I'm seeing right
Shit.
Who
now.
was it for?
The Artunas Carney-Sova special. No, it's Dario
Dario
Saric.
Saric.
But back to the Atlanta Hawks. They're going to be pretty fucking good this year.
When we do our awards,
Porzingis is the name I need to
Trae
mention.
Young is going to be my MVP.
Hey,
I'm not mad at it, bro. And I'm actually mad at myself because it was about a year ago when I was saying, man, Trae should request a trade. Man, hell no.
I think they
Stick this shit out.
They've been playing it right. They've
Yeah,
been
they
playing
have.
it right. Because even with them giving up all the assets for DeJounte, they recouped some of that. Obviously, it
Yeah,
helps that
one
they
for
won the
one
lottery.
trade. It was 1-for-1.
Is
the hell-
Dario on the last year of his deal then? And then it's like 2 years left of Valanciunas?
Maybe has to be.
Something like,
What
because
the
I
hell
think
the Kings doing.
Val signed for 3 years, 30, if I remember correctly, when he did sign. But back to the Atlanta Hawks. I'm really loving their offseason. From the trade, the Joe Dumars trade, where they got the extra first-round pick for next season in exchange for trading down 10 spots. The Porzingis trade, where they didn't give up shit to bring on a guy that, like, when he's healthy, which is a big win. He's really fucking good on both sides of the floor. Trae Young has so many different weapons now. And it shouldn't just be high pick and roll Trae Young 100 times a game. They have positional versatility. Jalen Johnson coming back from his injury as a ball handler opens up. I'm just excited
I
for
thought,
Hawks ball for the
honestly,
first
Gary
time.
Harris Bucks.
You say who?
Gary Harris.
There we go.
That makes sense. But Trae Young was so impressive to me last season because I felt like his whole play style kind of like made a little bit of a switch. He did go from that heavy pick and roll, but again, he switched it to just like, I'm getting everybody involved. You just run with me, cut hard, play hard, I'm going to find you. And that's why he had like a career year in assists. And
The NBA should be lucky because the Hawks could have got they number one pick in a different year.
Yeah. Imagine if it was a year later.
It'd be a lot ugly.
yeah,
I'm
liking the Hawks though.
Yeah. Shout out to Nickeil. Got his bag, man. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, all it
So
cost
happy
was
for
a
him.
second rounder.
Yeah. Yeah, because it was technically a sign and trade. Next, we got Tyus Jones has agreed to a 1-year deal to go to the Orlando Magic.
I like
worth $7
this,
million.
man. I like this. I was wishing he would go to the Bucks or the Knicks, but I like this for the Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Got a lot of guards. It allows you to have a lot of versatility. I think he's a guy that can play minutes with Jalen Suggs. But I just think that they have a good solid team. I'm interested to see what they're going to do with that center position because obviously they allowed Mo Wagner and Caleb Houston to go into free agency. But I think there's a world where they could still work on some type of
You
deal
got the
with Mo.
connection with Desmond Bain too.
Yes.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, good call.
But they do have a lot of guards. He's a legit point guard.
Yeah.
I don't hate it.
Yeah, it ain't earth shattering.
Yeah.
But it's nothing. It's never bad to have Tyus Jones on your team, especially if he's going to be a
Yeah.
backup.
Facts.
I want Jace Richardson to have all those minutes personally.
His ass wasn't going to play whether he was there or not. There's just certain,
Here's the most random guy, P. Nigel Hayes Davis has signed a
With the
1-year
Suns.
guaranteed contract with the Suns. He did just win MVP, Finals MVP in the EuroLeague. So I'm not trying to disrespect him. He was a Turkish
that got Christian excited.
Cup champion and MVP as well. So he obviously been doing his thing overseas. But when you talk about randomness, a motherfucking name I ain't thought about in 3 years. But it got 18,000 likes on it. So people
I'm
are
happy
excited
for him,
about it.
man. And last time we seen the team do this, Yabusele was picked up. So
Yeah, who knows? He could be a player. Sharpshooter Luke Kennard has signed a 1-year deal worth $11 million with
the Atlanta Hawks.
the Atlanta Hawks.
They getting it
Another
done,
guy.
man. Get you a specialist then.
Another guy. And he's so fucking good shooting. I know the defense is what it is, but like we just talked about the defensive infrastructure. This is a team where he can come in and play, 15, 20 minutes if necessary
down.
and hit 4 threes and be like, that swung the fucking game.
Yep.
It's just a good player.
1-year deal, too.
Complete 1-year deal. Next thing we have is Mason Plumlee going back.
To Charlotte.
$3.6 million to the Charlotte Hornets, who traded away Yusuf Nurkic and traded away
That's what they needed to
Mark
send.
Williams, and they got their center back.
Mason Plumlee, keep that job.
Keep it
That specific job is always with the Charlotte Hornets. We already talked about the Bucks signing Taurean Prince back, so we don't need to go there. Jordan Clarkson got bought out by the Utah Jazz, and once he clears waivers, he's going to be a New York Knick.
Bro, Jordan Clarkson should have been traded decades ago.
Yeah.
Decades ago.
And they got nothing for him, and now he's going to the Knicks because he
That boy
wasn't
was-
good last year. But
He was one of the hottest names in the NBA when you talk about 6 men.
I'm interested to see how he is with the Knicks because of last year, I don't know what to think. I'm not getting my expectations high, but I know Jordan Clarkson can hoop, so I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. So I'm interested to see how this is going to pan out.
maybe one of my favorite low-key signings of free agency, Trent Warford, 2 years,
Yes.
$5.3 million, Philadelphia
Love me some
76ers.
Trent and Warford, man. This is a really good
We
pickup
got
for
to
the
keep that
76ers.
name.
He's only
too.
24. too.
Only 24.
In case he go to like another one of our teams, because that's Lakers and Knicks for Jordan Clarkson. You got to keep him on the list.
Ain't he a Jazz fan? Y'all said.
Yeah. He would never find his way to the Bulls, I don't think.
He might.
He might. But Trent Warford is a good signing. Lose Yabusele. Trent Warford does a little bit of everything, honestly. Kind of an undersized as far as height goes, power forward. But, like, I don't expect him
so?
to play. Was he 6'7", 6'8"?
I thought he was 6'9".
Is he really 6'9"? I always saw him as 6'7".
He could be. I thought he was 6'9", though.
I'm gonna guess 6'8". I'm gonna go right in the middle.
He is listed as 6'9", 240.
Ooh.
6'9", 240.
I like his game, though. He's a Swiss Army knife.
Mm-hmm.
Swiss Army knife, can pass, can score, post, knock down some shots.
Maybe overtasked a little bit last season. You know,
I think that was where he was able to show a little bit of who he is for a team like a Sixers to take a chance on him. So
yeah, for that price, it's a no-brainer to at least try it. And this morning, we found out that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander signed a 4-year, $285 million supermax extension that would have him being paid $71 and some change per year. And that
he gonna spend it all on clothes.
whew,
Man, just let me hold one. You know what I'm saying?
he ain't even gonna miss it. You know, he
just
ain't gonna know no
one.
difference. Man, what a deal. Shout out to Shai. They locked their boy up. You ain't got to worry about nothing OKC related as far as Shai goes. Obviously, this puts into question what that Dub and Chet contract gonna
What do you
look
think
like.
that first check looked like?
$1 million per game, they said.
Oh, it would be a little bit less
Almost.
since it's 82.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
That's nuts. Because I think that they get to pick if they want it like a lump sum or they want it spread out.
Yeah.
What would y'all do?
Spread it out.
If I was younger, I probably would go spread it out. But I kind of just want to see
he
all that
already,
shit.
He already
one
got
time.
it. Yeah. Let me get it.
Well, you know
lump
what?
sum.
You're actually right because they're NBA players. He already got a bank account full of millions.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you could just throw me my lump.
Yeah, as a rookie, I'd be like, please spread it out. I ain't used to
Yeah.
seeing this type of money. But if I've already been there, if I've already signed one max contract
I
before.
think they say you can spread it out. You can do a full year or do a half a year.
Okay.
So it might be like $2 million. I don't know. It's just a lot.
Such
of
an
money.
insane amount of money.
I don't know.
We talk about contracts and sports money so much that it's hard to really internalize how much money that is until you think about how much money you have yourself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You'd be like, this motherfucker got $285 million?
Yeah.
Damn. Man.
Man, I got to get back in the gym.
Hey, brother. It's a little too late. It's a little too late for that one.
Man, just give me a 10-day.
That 10-day will hit us decent.
Hey,
Shit,
for
a
real.
summer league contract will hit us decent.
For real.
Your Knicks, Gershon Yabusele, right before we started the show, 2
Love
years,
it.
$12 million.
Love it, love it, love it. Another name last name. I was thinking like, why do the Knicks got enough money to get him? And I'm like, probably not. And no, they went and got him. So
It's funny too because I know Tibbs would have loved him some Yabusele
yes,
too, bro.
yes.
He seems like that type of player.
Our bench looking better and better, man.
Yeah.
Big Brad, Clarkson, Yabusele. I don't know if they're going to start Mitchell Robinson or Josh Hart. We don't have a coach to.
Right, we don't know.
But
we don't know anything.
one of those guys coming off the bench as well. And if there's one more move, a Malcolm Brogdon or something, I wouldn't be mad at it. So we'll see.
And now
Or one of those young guys getting a chance.
we're all caught up because the Myles Turner 4 years, $107 million deal. That was the first one of the show and the last one that we seen. I don't know. Again, I know we mentioned it. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not true because you talked about it in passing. Jonas Valanciunas going to the Denver Nuggets for Dario. It's cool to see them have a backup center, even if it's not a guy that's going to play 30, 20, even 15 minutes a
They
game.
just needed it.
They just needed a guy.
Because, like, how every time your star player leave the court, you just lose in the minutes? That should not be like that.
DMills had a Dame video reaction.
On Twitter.
Do I play it through the mic? I'm gonna see if I could get it to pick up because I'm very curious. He put the glasses on, so let's see what Damian Lillard is. Darrick is talking about Damian Lillard.
is saying.
It's a dark world we live in, man. It's a dark world we live
You would have thought he got waived.
Right? Maybe
He said
Dame
the
is
shit
there
all
too.
wrong.
It's an evil world
It's
we
an
live in.
evil world we
Yeah,
live in.
that's what the
It's
words
the
is.
evil world we live.
He put the shades on too. That
You
boy,
think
that
he-
just ruined his whole
You think he
vacation.
cried? What if he like, we going home?
Oh man, I got to reply. Get ready to follow a new team, buddy.
I thought you was going to say learn that language.
Again, we haven't had the big trades. Like Shams was on TV talking like the day of, like, yeah, we're gonna see some big time moves, big time trades. We ain't got that. But I feel like a lot of teams came up this offseason so
the
far.
Michael Porter Jr. trade is big.
That's big, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Damian Lillard getting waived, that's big.
For sure. I can't believe that Damian Lillard just got waived, man.
Cold world we live in, man.
Why the Bucks are able to waive and stretch Damian Lillard without a buyout, but the Suns can't with Bradley Beal. Teams can have more than 15% of the cap in stretch salary in a given season. Bucks have no stretch salary on their books before Lillard. They clear the 15% marker by about $600,000. The Suns are carrying $3.8 million in stretch salary already. Adding Beal's full amount would take Phoenix over the 15% allowable amount.
That makes sense.
They
That makes
stretch.
sense.
Who did they stretch? E.J. Liddell and Nasir Little. Probably two guys that you probably just didn't need to do all of that for. And
That's
yeah,
funny.
the Nuggets potential depth chart, you got Murray, Brown, Cam Johnson, Gordon, Jokic. Off the bench, you'll have Valanciunas, Peyton Watson, Julian Strother, Bruce Brown, and Jalen Pickett.
That's why that cap should be so hard to understand. Like, they literally got out of that with $600,000. If they didn't have that, they couldn't even do it. But then again, now, who was that again? Who had like Ty Lawson on the books? Was that the Wizards?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. I guess that makes a little bit more sense of like I guess teams pigeonholing themselves with like contracts like that.
Mark Spears said, this is a win-win. Dame had a player option for next summer that he was considering exercising. No secret, living away from the family in Milwaukee was a challenge. So he gets his money, and now he's an unrestricted free agent. He can go where he wants, which is probably a better way to look at things. I could still understand Darrick's. What he meant to say. It's the evil world we live in. But yeah, this could walk out and be like just a really good situation for Dame, where he gets to choose his own destiny. Because as we remember, Milwaukee was not one of the teams that he initially wanted to get traded to anyway.
Mm-hmm. I should have one of them.
We still didn't get enough of Dame Giannis pick and rolls.
That's why, specifically the pick and rolls. That's why it's sad that a lot of players be in positions where it's like, man, get him out of there. Go to a winning situation. And then all of a sudden, everything bad happens.
Yeah.
Oh, my boy 6 Rings of Steels bring up another good point that I don't think we thought about.
What?
The fucking Pelicans trading it. There's no Halliburton, and they just lost Myles Turner.
Damn. Yeah. Yeah, that's nuts. I got a text earlier because I'm asking, like, who's going to start for the Pelicans, the Pacers next season? The name that got sent back to me as, like, they're having internal discussions about Onyeka Okongwu.
Who?
The Pacers.
How?
Don't ask me.
Hey,
Shit, I didn't even know it was possible to waive Damian Lillard to get Myles Turner.
Don't let it happen. Don't let it happen.
No, I think that it would probably be hella expensive, and I don't know if they have that to do it.
Yeah.
But it's either him or Ajax coming back from his injury, baby. Get ready to start and play real minutes.
What we got.
Speaking of that, yeah, DeAndre Ayton got bought out, which is like another one of the super surprising things of the offseason so far. That notification hit, and I'm like, damn, really?
But once that notification hit, what'd you think of your man? He
Laker?
was a Laker. It
Laker
just makes so
immediately.
much sense, right? It makes so much sense.
It makes so much sense
upgrade.
that y'all would want him for
Yeah.
sure. I am been very adamant, but I do not like DeAndre Ayton's game. He'd be better than Jackson Hayes by a gazillion, so that's the win there. But people thinking that DeAndre Ayton's gonna come in and change the organization, I think that's
he's not Shaq. He's not Shaq. Come on now. Like he's still a good NBA player, but again, yeah, people are kind of doing that overhyping thing. Like, but they do this shit all the time. Like, did y'all not see when we signed Alex Len, people was like, Lakers got this demon.
true.
You know what I'm saying? So like every time somebody gets signed, you got to overhype them like that. Like, welcome to the team, but
I mean,
can we get somebody first?
I mean, yeah. First of all, he's not even on the team to start off with, but he is leagues ahead of Jackson Hayes and fucking Trey Jemison. So that's true.
We got Julian Reese. Come on, man.
Oh yeah, he got Julian Reese.
We got Julian Reese starting, baby.
Look ready.
Maybe
get
we
ready
sign
for that.
Angel Reese. Then we all good.
He bounds, rebounds, me bounds.
Angel Reese been killing.
Shout out to her
we
for being
are
player of the
good.
week, man. DeAndre Ayton's game is just too soft for how physically talented he could be.
Yeah.
Shoulders are huge, like he's fucking David Robinson, but he want to shoot post fades
And
and
it's-
mid-range jump shots.
We talked about it on the linear yesterday. But again, for somebody his size, he shouldn't have the need to take 15-foot mid ranges when he just don't need be. Especially if you're playing with the Luka Doncic, all you got to do is go to the rim. Jackson Hayes, they was praising Jackson Hayes because he was catching lobs. All he did was walk to the rim.
Yeah.
So it's like the job is super easy. And then the defensive part, man, I swear, big guys probably get yelled at their whole life, especially the ones that's like, man, you too damn big. You so damn big, you should be getting every damn rebound.
Is that why we yell?
Should be getting every damn block. I promise you, big guys probably have it the hardest on that damn court because they get yelled at every damn time, man.
Yeah, they do.
So DeAndre, hey, we gonna need you to do that, and you gonna have to get yelled at. I'm sorry.
The last time he played with a legendary point guard, great passer, he looked really good. So maybe that's like the silver lining. He can play with Luka.
Luka better.
And Luka can unlock him a little bit.
Is that Darrick's comp?
Luka better.
Luka better?
Yeah.
Yeah, he is. I can't even argue
that
with that.
Darrick comp?
37-year-old Chris Paul,
DeAndre
he
Ayton?
was.
Darrick like to take jump shots, don't rebound. Motor is questionable.
Not only that, they dropped the whole hit piece last night on DeAndre Ayton. I was like, damn.
It was frustrating.
Let him get his money first, and then you can start talking shit. It was like he was late and missing practices, the team buses and flights, kicking stuff in the locker room, being pissed about getting benched because of his lack of effort. I'm like, golly.
effort. The fuck you mean? Y'all paid me $35 million. All I'm supposed to do is show up.
Couldn't even get to the game because he had some ice in his driveway. I ain't gonna forget about that shit.
That's got to be a way you could have got out of that.
Helicopter.
I mean, he probably was thinking just like, let me just miss this game.
Did they eventually get him out? I don't remember how that story ended.
Well, they said that. I think they did say they sent people to go get him, and they actually were like, we can't get him because I rose it too icy. So
You know what that reminds me of? Do you remember
What?
that story where it was a snowstorm and we were leaving practice and we had no way to get home for practice, and then we finally got home for practice, and as I was walking in the door, my granddad Walt was like, he was putting on his coat, and I was like, "Well, you was on your way." He's like, "I was about to come pick you
Boy, I
up."
thought
He was
they was
about to
talking about-
walk in that snowstorm to pick me up, my grown ass.
I thought you were talking about that snowstorm that had us not going to, what was that, San
He
Francisco?
was capping. He heard them keys shuffling at that door.
Hey,
and
no,
like,
Walt about that shit. If it was anybody, I believe it was him.
Well, that snow was about 10 inches. They talking about, can you please
Yeah,
try
man,
to
get
make
the
it?
fuck out my face, man.
Okay,
Wait,
bro,
what y'all know?
remember we supposed to go to San Francisco for that
Mobile
the
one
shoot.
shoot.
Ah, yeah.
And it
Hey,
was
man, stop
snowing
fucking
so
talking to me.
damn
Dude,
bad, bro.
that was the scariest I've ever been in an Uber in my life.
Because it's just sliding, right?
I even ordered the Uber Black. I'm like, y'all go pay me back for this because I need something that's big body, good wheels. Man, that shit took, first of all, like an hour and a half to get to the fucking airport to start off with. And we seeing cars and ditches on the way there.
They was telling your
you can't
ass-
even brake. We ran a whole red light because he hit the brake and we just kept going.
Boy,
They
my
was,
dude,
they was telling your ass, just go by yourself.
Fuck out of here.
bro, my guy pulled. I couldn't even get to, like, he couldn't even get in front
Your
of
dude
my
was in that
building.
little ass car. It was so bad where I lived at the time, my cars never came. They kept canceling. So I never had a chance to get in the
They
car.
They couldn't get in the complex, right?
Mm-hmm.
I had to walk out of the complex because he was damn near on the side of the street. I walk out, he in a little ass Prius. And I'm like, yeah, we ain't making it, bro.
We ain't making it, bro.
We ain't making it.
He was adamant telling you, I got you. I'm gonna get you there.
Then we got stuck.
Yep.
The best part about getting stuck though in the Uber, it's not your fucking problem.
Yeah, I can't do nothing about it. But
That's
the thing
crazy.
was, like, we were stuck in the middle of traffic and we were already like 10 minutes away. So it's like, now I'm in this situation where I gotta like go through this shit. I should just stay my ass at home.
So
That's
it
how I felt
became
when I
your
was
problem.
Oh yeah, when I was in that accident on the way to the airport last month. It's like usually when you're in an accident, it just takes so long to go through the paperwork. All this shit, like that shit not even my problem. I'm gonna call myself another Uber.
I be thinking about like, so wait, you just left and called yourself another Uber?
Yeah,
Okay,
what was I
yeah.
supposed to do?
Because I didn't know this. Like,
Eyewitness?
yeah,
I mean,
like,
well,
they gotta
I
stay and do
stayed
the
there
statement.
until the
they be
police
like-
came, and then I got the green light. But they had to stay because they were the drivers.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then I had to go through the insurance thing.
Yeah,
That part was a nightmare.
KB told his ass.
Because I always be thinking about that. Like,
And I
yo,
still miss my flight.
when I'm on my way to the airport, if he got into this accident, because sometimes they be driving a little
They be
crazy.
driving stupid.
I'd be like, man, I might have to just make this flight still if I can. And I might just have to call another Uber real quick. And I'm going to feel wrong, but hey,
His
I
ass
gotta-
shouldn't have been driving stupid.
Things are still. I'm still waiting to see if things break. Jake Fisher just added what we knew. There's no additional compensation going in Valanciunas.
I
Dario
saw
Saric
it.
swap.
Dennis Schroeder to the Kings may be a sign and trade, and Malik Monk go to the
I did see
Pistons.
that. Now that could
did they
add.
say Russell Westbrook too with that?
They said they were trying to get both. Is what
Which
the original report was.
It's weird. I mean, they want point guards, but they always play like the same.
And go no point guards to all of them. See, they ain't got no in between game, man. As a Bulls fan, I'm happy that we haven't got a Josh Giddey notification yet.
Well, real quick though, I do take that back. Seeing what Russell was doing with Jokic, I can kind of see a little bit with Sabonis. Just like heavy pick, he's able to get Sabonis the ball deep in the paint, stuff like that.
Sure.
I could kind of see it.
I mean, his spacing gonna be weird with DeMar on that wing instead of Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, but Zach is on the other
Michael Porter
one.
Jr.
Yeah.
win a whole series without hitting a shot. He'll be all right.
The Josh Giddey no notification makes me feel like we slow grinding it, and we won't have to give him $30+ million. Because now Brooklyn don't got no money to give him because they absorb some contracts with Michael
So
Porter
now
Jr.
it goes to a $27 million contract, 26
Yeah, I mean, I'll take that over 30.
for sure.
So
Maybe y'all waiting for that Kobe White trade.
it's possible.
Warriors lost Looney, Vucevic trade. Kuminga still ain't had no chatter with that situation. None of those.
The Warriors need a new center now that Looney's gone.
Cam Thomas. None of the.
Restricted guys
yeah.
have signed, yeah. Which is probably smart by general managers and stuff.
Yep.
No rush.
At all. We got a long time
Let all
until
these
October.
teams spend that money.
I can't wait to see what Cam Thomas get.
Take
Trey
a
Mann
guess.
still out there. Brogdon still out there.
What the fuck, bro?
There's a lot of names out there, man.
You don't get the
People
Knicks
are-
Brogdon if he's signed. You gonna get the Brogdon jersey if you sign to the Knicks?
Nah.
That'll be one that like 5 years down the line, be like, why the fuck is this in my closet right now?
Yeah. I got to get jerseys to guys who gonna spend some time there.
Yeah. I'm trying to see. I was gonna give me a Connect 4 back in the day, but I don't know if I could do that now.
Got his ass traded.
Yeah.
I
That's
wonder
another
what
thing,
y'all
bro.
are gonna do though. The LeBron James cloud is still here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it is.
He may get traded or won out, which is very, very interesting because y'all ain't done shit that changes that narrative.
I wonder if it's gonna be the blessing in disguise that just brings everything else in.
LeBron trade?
Yeah.
Shit.
Because it's
I'm
getting
not
to
even
that point
saying
where
you're wrong,
nothing's
but-
even out there to really sign.
I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'm just thinking about right when Bron did get drafted, you were saying in the 2020 season, I was like, maybe we should trade him, and they all won the championship that same year.
Yeah. Oh, so maybe I'm just
I just
myself.
think that you're spoiled as a ball fan. There's no way in hell LeBron was on my favorite team. He could be 64 years old, and I'm thinking maybe we should trade him away.
You also got Luka Doncic on the team too.
Spoiled.
You got Luka Doncic on the team.
No, you're right.
So I don't want to.
A LeBron James
I never would have
trade in
thought.
2025. What do that look like?
And we
I don't
talked
know.
about a little bit on the linear. I don't know if many teams are going to be doing the gutting thing. So it has to be a team that's already ready to win, even with the pieces that they give up. And that already cuts down like 90% of the league.
Mm-hmm.
We mentioned the Cavs. I'm coming home, part 2. But the Cavs can look at themselves in the mirror and say, hey, man, we just won 60-something games with this same roster. The team that we lost against lost their best player and, damn it, their third best player all in a span of a month. We could be there even without giving up one of these guys. Or 2 of these guys, I guess, will probably be the thing. 2 of the rotation players. So even them is like a question mark. And we just saw, even though this team didn't have any leverage, and damn it, in a potential LeBron James trade, the Lakers probably don't have leverage either, other than saying LeBron is the GOAT and he's going to sell a gazillion tickets. But Kevin Durant just went from a second overall pick that nobody really cared about and a number 10 pick in the draft. So I don't know if you trade LeBron, you're not about to go get a star back in return. He's 40 years old on the last year of
You
his
wouldn't
deal.
get no star. It would be a move for like you're getting supporting pieces back, which is damn near not going to be close to LeBron. But again, like I don't think it's going to happen. It's just feeling like that is going into that route, especially with the reports of him like he's looking at the roster and everything they do because we haven't done anything to technically get better. You know what I'm saying? So we're kind of staying pat.
It's a weird time to be in, man.
Sorry.
Because you have everything and you have nothing at the same time.
Mhm.
So weird situation for Luka, obviously, too. He went from a team that, even though they traded him away, they'd done a good job the 2 years prior to build a competent team around them.
Mhm.
And granted, they had like all of their draft capital to do that. The Lakers are in that same position where they can build around Luka by trading 3 first-round picks for 3 different players.
Mhm.
You don't really have that luxury because you spent those draft picks to go get the team that Bron wanted to put together.
True.
So it's going to be tougher to build around Luka this time around versus last time. And that's why I think it was Shams that was reporting that the Lakers are trying to pivot them way to be like in 2027, a major market and free agency.
2-year deals.
So they're doing 2-year deals until then. But like that's a long time from now in the grand scheme of an NBA career.
Yep, it is. And that's why it feels like it's frustrating because as soon as we got Luka, like the main priority should have been getting a center. Like
It
didn't-
was. They tried to get Mark Williams.
And they're
and that-
trying right now. These
you
other
just
teams got
reminded
more
me,
money.
too. I hope Mark Williams has a good season. It's gonna look bad if he's like really good for the Suns too, because it's like, man, them medicals might have not meant shit, and he's over there playing through that shit. So I'm gonna be kind of looking at that Mark Williams situation for the year, but I don't know who the hell we gonna get, because right now they saying the only people kind of like that are starting centers is like DeAndre Ayton and it's like Al Horford. So it's like, I don't know where we're going to pivot from unless we're going to, like, it's literally got to be a trade at this point.
I don't know what that trade could be, man.
Yep.
Y'all interested in Nikola Vucevic?
No.
There you go. If
Y'all
you got
got-
no center, you
I was about
can't
to say,
just
y'all gotta
be
get-
turning
no.
things
Y'all
down.
got to be interested in
He's not
something.
going to be expensive.
That's the shit that make Luka want to leave. That's the shit that make Luka want to leave.
I don't know anything about geography. Is Slovenian? Where's Vucevic from?
I believe so.
You know what I'm trying to say, right?
Yeah.
Montenegro. Is he from Montenegro? See now, because they used to do the Baltic brother thing. He was born in Switzerland. So, but I think he plays for the Montenegro national team. I'm almost positive of that. So I don't know geographically if there's some type of connection.
It says Montenegrin basketball player.
Okay. Is that in the Baltics? Let's find out if Montenegro.
It don't feel like, bro.
Baltic.
Does the time just be flying? Every time I look at somebody's age,
It is located in the Baltics, ladies and gentlemen.
Every time I be looking at people's ages, be like, bro, he already 34, he already 35. Or looking at the young guys, it's like, Vic already about to be in year 3.
Yeah.
We just seen him at Summer League. He was like,
Causing traffic.
Every time, bro, I blink.
Boy, it was causing traffic.
It is interesting because, like,
before you know it, Cooper Flag gonna be in the finals.
He had that one security guard feeling important.
Yeah.
Talking about, man, this game, y'all gonna have to get behind the line. Make sure y'all got a seat. Never had to do that shit in any of the years I've been to Summer League before.
Was Brandon Ingram a rookie in our first year that we started the pod?
I don't know. I was just thinking about this with Lonzo.
Or was it Lonzo's rookie
I think it might be Lonzo.
I think it might be Lonzo's too, because we had the Lonzo conversation.
I was just saying, man, if we got Lonzo on the podcast, but that should be hilarious. Because I know you're gonna bring up that story about when we was in Vegas.
Yes.
Oh, we have to.
And I gotta tell him, it felt so weird because we were heading to the all the little restaurants and little food places were, but they were too. So it looked like we was kind of following them. I was like, let's just go over here so it don't look like we being weird or nothing like that.
So 2017, 2018. Does that make sense to be our first year as a podcast?
2016, 2017?
2017, 2018.
Yeah.
It makes a little bit of sense.
Because I posted that tweet and it's 2016.
Okay. So 2017, 2018. How much do y'all remember about that season? Going back to our first year covering the sport.
This is Ben Simmons' rookie year.
Ben Simmons wins Rookie of the Year.
Donovan Mitchell is dogging.
He wears the shirt.
Yep.
Who was the champion this year? That's pretty easy.
That's the Warriors.
Warriors. Who won the MVP this year?
That's Kevin Durant. No, not Kevin Durant. Giannis?
Nope.
This is
James Harden?
James Harden's MVP season.
boom. Yep.
Who was the number 1 seed in the Western Conference?
Is that the Rockets?
Yep. Who was the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference?
The Cavs.
Cavs were the 4 seed this year.
The Celtics.
They were the 2 seed.
The Raptors?
The Raptors were the 1 seed. Who led the league in scoring this year?
James Harden.
Who led the league in rebounder?
Clint Capella.
No.
Dwight.
No.
Cat.
Nope. Big board guy.
This is gonna make me mad.
Big board guy.
Andre Drummond.
Andre Drummond.
Yeah.
Led the league in assists.
Russell Westbrook.
Russell Westbrook. Worst team in the league.
20.
Charlotte Hornets.
No.
New Orleans Pelicans.
No. Pelicans
Who
are
got the first pick?
a playoff team this year.
Who got the first pick after that year, P? That's be like 2018.
The Sixers.
No. Sixers are in the playoffs this year. 3 seed.
Because the following year they get Markelle Fultz number 1. Timberwolves.
Who is it?
No. Timberwolves make the playoffs.
Hawks?
It's Jimmy Butler year. Hawks are the worst team in the Eastern Conference, but not the worst team in the entire league.
The Kings.
Not the Kings. It's a good guess considering the Kings.
Clippers.
Not the Clips.
Suns.
The Suns won 21 games this year.
Okay.
Suns won 21 games. This is Earl Watson for 3 games, then Jay Triano for the rest of the season. Worst defense, worst offense, worst net rating.
Damn, they just running, huh?
I mean, they did win the lottery, though. So it worked out.
And got Ayton.
They got Ayton, baby, full circle. Full circle. They could have got other guys, a few other guys that were better than Ayton or are better than Ayton.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all, unless some more news ends up breaking.
We're just waiting on that Lakers notification, man. I've been seeing everybody get what they want, and we can't get nothing. Lakers always getting the short end of the stick.
But they got
That That's so nuts to even say aloud.
You just gotta laugh at that shit, man.
I cannot believe Damian Lillard got waived, bro. That is so nuts to me.
They don't treat you the same, man. He should have never left. That's to all the people that was saying that Dame need to leave. Y'all ain't paying the medical bills. Y'all ain't paying all that stuff. He got the y'all ain't paying his travel bills. Let that man do what he got to do.
Mike, you hosted a Spades night a couple days ago.
I did, and it was amazing. I need to host some more. I need to just host some more active events.
It was fun.
It was definitely fun. I wish it would have been structured differently. There was like a bracket style.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have been better that way.
Yeah, I think heading
But
forward.
we didn't know partners or anything, so that was.
Yeah, I think heading forward, we'll find ways to make it a little bit more organized.
Did you get a win?
Organized, huh?
Did you get a win?
No, we didn't get a win.
So you hosted the playoffs and got swept twice.
We won a game in one of the series.
Okay, but you
Was
got
it
you got
against
swept
me?
in the first round.
Yeah. Me and Austin did that to him.
So the way we did it, y'all, for the
My
people at
girl
home,
also didn't know how to play.
we played best of 5. We did not play calling out how many books we were gonna get. Just straight up total books, best of 5. In first round, y'all got swept.
Yeah.
By who?
Me and Austin.
Okay.
Yeah.
In second
P and
round,
Austin.
y'all won a game but still lost the series.
Yeah, to Tyler and Jules.
To Tyler and Jules. We played
my-
Jules and Tyler in the first round. That was Jules' first time playing in her defense. But you could tell it was her first time playing. You know what I mean? She was cutting him.
My girl made the presentation, cause she said she was making a presentation for all the girls or whatever. Cause I guess a lot of girls said they didn't know how to play. So she had put that up, but I didn't know that she didn't know actually how to play spades.
Mm-hmm.
But it made sense though.
Middle of the
'cause that
game, KB. She talking about, wait, can I do? We like, wait, you made the
But
presentation.
it made sense though. Cause look, she's reading the rules to me. Before everybody comes, she's reading the rules to me. So she trying to fake do the presentation. I'm like, you sounded like a damn politician. You sound like you just reading this shit off Google or whatever. Do you know how to play?
Yeah.
And she yeah, I know how to play. I be watching them play all the time. And then that.
I love how prepared she was. When she
very
brought out a
prepared.
fucking PowerPoint presentation to
Yeah.
teach people to play spades, I was like, oh no, she ready for this.
Yeah.
That was dope. This was Suzanne's first time playing. She's been to so many barbecues and cookout at my dad that she's watched it play before.
Mhm.
But it's her first time being at
Did
the
she
table.
have fun?
She had a lot of fun. She actually wasn't as she had 2 misplays the whole night. She had one play against P and Austin where she played a spade when she had a diamond, let's say. And it was like, oh, okay, you can't do that. And then the other time, I think in our 10 games that we played, she only cut me twice in 10 games. That's pretty fucking impressive for somebody that's never played before.
I'm glad everybody had fun, especially with their first time, because that means the next time we do it, everybody a little prepared, a little bit more seasoned. So it'll be fun.
Only thing I feel like I didn't get to meet or talk to the people that I didn't know that were there.
Yeah.
And I don't know if we made them feel warm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But basically they only knew what you and your girlfriend and the whole room.
No. Yeah, I don't think. Well, one of the girls that had came, only my girlfriend was really talking. They were kind of talking with each other the whole night.
That's the girl that didn't play, but she was chilling.
Yeah, and then the other couple that was there, they had a hell of a good
Okay,
time.
good,
They
good,
were
good.
really. I know y'all didn't really talk to them, but they were having a time at the other tables, and every time there was a table open, they were ready as hell to play.
Okay. Did they end up winning games and stuff? Or
Yeah,
were-
they ended
nice?
up actually
'Cause
winning.
we didn't go against them.
But the girl on that was her first time really playing spades too. And my girlfriend was saying that she was trying to be really serious because she didn't want her boyfriend to get mad at her for messing up or something like that. So she was locked in, bro. She was locked in.
There was a time when we were going against Tyler and Jules, and she misplayed, and Tyler was like, "Oh my god!" She was like, "Don't get frustrated with me. This is my first time playing." I was like, "That's so funny."
Was that the game I was talking shit?
I don't know.
I was talking hella shit when we was playing Tyler and Jules, and we ended up losing. Nah, but the game we won, that's when I was talking the most, though.
Yeah, it was a good time. We appreciate you hosting that.
Yeah, I had fun, man. Shout out to
You was doing your thing on the Ox. There was a couple throwbacks. It was like, okay, I ain't heard this in a
Elena
minute.
was mad because your girl ain't come.
I know.
She was so excited.
I told her the same thing. I'm like,
But she was busy.
She was doing her hair or some shit, like
Oh,
shit
okay.
dyeing her hair. I'm like, why do you do it today? I'm like, and I know she was a little tired because they had Darrick's fiance staying in that boat. Then the next day she had another wedding thing to go to that was similar with another one of her friends. And I know she was tired and whatnot, but I'm like, man, like Elena gonna be expecting you. I told her, I'm like, when I went to the podcast, Mike said that Elena said you was coming.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, she said like, they won't even notice I'm not there.
That sound
I
like
said,
me.
yo ass crazy, man. They're finna have me walking in here and they're gonna be like, where's Dana at?
You know, because you know the other girl's gonna be there, and that's the first thing they gonna ask.
Yes.
If
And
it was
that's
it's just us boys,
Yeah,
you
it's
know that's
nothing.
ain't nothing.
I walk in and it's Elena, Jules, and Suzanne. And what they say, they didn't say, oh, how you doing? No, they said, where's Dana? I said, man, doing our damn hair. But yeah, it was fun.
At one point, Pierre had a plate of
Watermelon
watermelon
and fried
and fried chicken. Eventually, you switched it up, though. You never had the plate with the watermelon and chicken together eating at the time.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting to try to
Yeah.
the Mobamba special. But nah,
Hell no, the mobile was special. Some guys tried to give me half contact.
Yeah.
Hey,
Everybody
I said
tried.
this when we were there, bro. But y'all went to go do y'all session on the balcony or whatever. When you came back into the apartment, bro, that you had the reddest eyes I have ever
I was
seen
looking
in my
like a demon.
life.
And
You
I
were
told him that
looking
on the balcony.
crazy.
I'm like, obviously, literally, I'm watching you get
It look
high.
like the
But
schedule-
I'm literally
Yeah.
seeing
Schedule
your
one.
eyes. Yeah.
Like, for real.
And it was teary red. I'm like, this motherfucker
But
crazy.
it didn't help that it was like 100 degrees outside.
And also, you came in and you was on some, like, extra, like,
Goofy shit.
goofy
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, because I said once I was done, I was finna get it started. I needed somebody to play me a spade.
Did all that get swept in the first round? That's nuts. That's nuts. But yeah, we had a real fun time. Other than me having to go up and down the fucking stairs
No,
like
bro, those
so
are the worst.
100 times.
I apologize to everybody for those stairs.
Yeah, he went on.
You need to get a dolly.
That's crazy.
Next party gonna be by the pool.
Hey, I'll
I
pull
did
up.
see that. I walked around. So
I'll pull up with Mike getting the pizza. Homie say, which one of you guys is Mike? He was looking at me like I was finna rob them.
Bro, he look,
I'm like, I know him, man. Like, I'm going up with
he
him.
grabbing a piece out the passenger seat. And he looking like it's drugs or something in the bag. He looking around to make sure nobody there. He see P. He said, what you looking at? He said, bro, I'm just here with him, man.
Oh,
Calm
man.
down.
Homie finna pull out that thing about them pieces.
Bro, I was walking into the house last night, and dude, he rustling in the like messing around in the bushes, and I'm like, what the hell is he doing? I
Dropped
walked past him. He talking about, man, my bad. I think I dropped my wallet in the bushes. I said, bro, just get your big, get up out of here, man. Get off my stoop.
last time I heard about somebody going in the bushes is when Darrick mama threw his keys in the thorn bush.
But
and told him to get it.
listen though, like the building next to me, that's crazy.
That would have been my reaction too.
The building next to me had some shit going on. Like the fire alarm was going off, and there was a bunch of firefighters, ambulance, and police over there. So that's why it looked really weird that he was going in the bush, because it looked like he could have been throwing some shit in there. You know, like he started to throw some shit in there. And that's why I looked at him and he's like, man, it's just, I think I lost my wallet. I'm like, yeah, let me get my ass in the
Why
house.
DMills' mom do that?
I don't know.
Oh.
You know, some shit happened in DMills' life that has no explanation. It just happens. And he had to go in the bushes and go.
You remember when he was boiling that water?
Oh, hell no. Okay, he not here to. We can't expose my boy like that. You talking about with the. Yeah.
I mean, hey, you got to do it. Hey, that means he's sanitary, though.
Yeah. Nah, I mean,
that's too much. At that point, go get you some.
Yeah.
I think I'm the reason for that. Didn't I buy him that stuff?
Yeah. But his mama walked in on it.
It's a real friend, man. It's a real friend.
I think he still use it to this day.
That would be crazy because that
That's
shit was in
insane.
the apartment. That was at minimum 6 years ago. At minimum 6 years ago.
Nah, that shit's got to be going.
No new news, man.
Is it dead?
Damian Lillard, the Heat,
I got some new news.
back on my team.
Los Angeles Lakers on my team has signed Lonzo Ball to a $340,000 contract.
340,000.
When I'm feeling better, please believe I'm gonna be on there playing.
My team kind of raw.
You be playing? Have you played online? Every
yeah,
time
I
you win,
play-
you get that pack of 3 and you put it in exchange.
I'm about to get Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
He about to be my starting too. I would have won I played like 5 games. I won every game except one. Where it was close. I started busting dude ass. You know how I'm guilty of it. I be pausing the game real quick to talk my little shit. And it's talking about you paused the game too many times. He left out that shit so quick.
They sweet on that.
He left out so
I'll
quick,
be running it
man.
up on there. Now, I ran into some teams that had Vic and Bol, like the crazy lineup.
I ran into that Bol.
But for the most part, I would say, yeah, I got like a 90% win percentage.
KB, that shit's so end game. I looked at Dwight Howard's stats.
Oh,
he
boy.
had 99 everything.
Yeah.
I have Evan.
So are you really just playing for animations then? If everybody is
It's
99
anime. I guess
everything.
it's the players you like.
Yeah,
Oh, the
Animations.
Milwaukee Bucks are trading Pat Connaughton
Oh, Pat?
for Micic
Oh.
and 2 second-round picks for Micic. That's a money move more than anything.
Yeah, so they ain't done.
Yeah, it's a money move. Hey, some more second-round picks for Charlotte. Shout out to them. Take on a
Ain't done.
contract when you ain't trying to play for shit anyway. They just throwing Micic around. Golly.
That bird retired, man.
It's like year 2 of his NBA career.
I think he said he going back.
Oh.
I think.
Maybe the Bucks still cooking something.
Dennis Schroeder has agreed to a 3-year, $45 million deal with the Kings.
All right.
Wow, they gave him a little bag, too.
Okay.
They gave him a little bag.
Now, I wonder if this does mean that the way this reads is it does it like a sign and trade, right? But also,
Nah.
they did the same thing when the Alexander Walker. Then,
True,
like 10
true,
minutes
true.
later, we found out it was a sign and trade. So, who knows? Who knows?
Getting Malik Monk back for the Pistons would be decent.
That would be
Yeah,
really
it
good.
would. Does that mean Russell don't go there?
I have no
Shit, I
idea.
don't know. They said they was trying to get both, right? Y'all see Giannis's tweet?
What did
No.
it say?
He just tweeted a picture that said, I don't know what's going on or some shit like that. It was about an hour ago. We missed it until now. Shooter used the momentum of his strong second half and playoff finish with the Pistons after being involved in multiple. Okay, whatever.
Shout out to DS.
Yeah, he got 45 M's. That's pretty good for a backup. Damn, he might start, actually, based on what that team looks like. They just need somebody that
They
can
said
run the
they
show.
need a point guard.
Unless they get Brody. Do you start him or Brody?
You start DS.
You think so?
No. This team, you start Brody, man. This team, you start Brody. But it is going to be a little... Both them dudes is not shooting the ball like that, bro. You really...
At least Shooter's more of a threat.
Hey, I don't know what the hell the Kings doing.
When Schroeder get
Nobody
his
does.
opportunity, he be hooping.
He do.
Yeah, the Kings are just trying to get in that play in somehow, somewhere.
Bro, they're just making shit happen.
All right. Jericho Sims is going back to the Bucks. So we getting stuff happening, but nothing that's like keep the show alive for 2 more hours.
we
to
can
wait
wrap
for
it up, man.
All right, we appreciate everybody watching and listening to this episode of Numbers on the Board. We will be back on Saturday to go through all of the rest of free agency and maybe some big time trades will happen in between.
Should have
then.
DMills back then?
DMills might be back. Yeah, because he's flying back on the 4th. So DMills will be back. If you want more coverage, I'm going to drop my video later in the day, and I'll probably drop a few more throughout the course of free agency, so you'll always be covered there. And yeah, we appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.